like it happened, and then after the fact, it's like, well, that's kind of funny. Now I feel kind of bad, But
do you end up like ruining friendships in pubs later on because you've denied your potential?
I don't know.
Peers?
He does that already by picking pugs.
Yeah, so people. I mean, you heard Moon Meander with this 5 position Nature's Prophet. He was not too happy. He always all chats me when I'm playing Prophet against him. No, I honestly don't know who on 5ManMidas would have that be a motivator, and I do want to I do think it's still possible that this happens, but I think the motivator would be that they're trying to have fun together, which I think is like a legitimate motivator. I think that's not an illegitimate, like, silly thing. It's that, they want to stick together, right? So depending on what their psychology is like going into the lower division, they want to have fun together. They want to have that good synergy, right? So to play against EG and to like have a good time while getting crushed, or maybe you actually put up a good fight while just like messing around, that can give you some nice, like, positive momentum going into Div 2. So I don't think it's an unreasonable thing that we might see it happen, but let's not hold our breath here, because it did sound like they want to practice.
All right, now we are 3 minutes past. I'm assuming we're having a small delay. It sounds like some lobby issues here, and why we have not been able to
go, guys.
kick off the draft.
Fill time. Let's go.
Hold on. I was talking about EG. EG is going to have issues, and this is the way they lose.
Disconnect. They can't
one
find.
Way.
Never anticipated they need a stand-in. They didn't have one ready. Auto DQ.
For a team that wants to stick together, they sure have used a lot of stand-ins this tournament for 5ManMidas.
Yeah, that's a worthy note. Kits is going to be standing in for RRL again, which can't be a great thing. RL has been, at least one of the stronger suits for this team, and their laning had been something that is one of their better traits, at least, and he helps with that. So, got to be a little concerned there if you're
Jenkins.
A fan.
What is the longest you've been on? Like, what's the longest a team has stayed together that you've been a part of?
Oh, jeez. Probably Leviathan, the original
Shredder
boys back in the day. Shredder, yeah, those guys.
Original out of the 5 times you remade it?
Yeah, I think so. The other times we like quote unquote remade it, we were just use the name for like qualifiers. Like we would just play for fun.
See if I can name that full roster.
What duration were you together?
We were like a team for like a year, 2 years, something like that.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, and then we got the biggest mistake. The biggest mistake I actually think, a big mistake that I made as a player, that we made as players, was we got Francis for the first time, right? And we got second, I believe. It was like the first BTS Pro Series. We got second place. So we were actually considered the second best team in NA next to Complexity, and that was when EG wasn't playing in these like tier 2 tournaments. Even NA Dota was saying we were the second best, and we kicked Francis. We actually kicked Francis because he went Sanj and Yasha plus Manta Style in a game, and like he really choked in like the finals of BTS, and we were such stupid, egotistical little children Dota players that like we got second place for the first time ever. We were like considered the second best team. And then we kicked our new guy because he choked in the grand finals of one tournament. One tournament. We didn't even give him 3 second places, 3 chances. That was like the NA Dota way back then. It was like no rosters stuck together past 2 months. So even hearing that like 5ManMidas wants to stick together, like the old NA Dota player in me is like, shit, that's amazing that like they lost a tournament and they're staying together, It's
that's part of being young, though.
Yeah.
You make mistakes, you learn from them, and in some cases you bounce back. And in your case, you're on the panel for DPC instead. So, it's just one of those things. It's interesting. Not to bring up this. Do we have time? I'm guessing we have time.
Yep.
Back in my Counter-Strike days, Jenkins, I was
here
a
we
youngin.
go. Dakota, please.
Now, the thing with me that I always had a problem, and I still kind of do to a point. With confrontation, I avoid confrontation. So instead of kicking somebody, I would just let them stay on the team, even though they sucked ass or they weren't a good fit for the team. And it would just be this cancerous, festering, disgusting, visceral reaction everybody would get over time. You know,
that's really funny you say that, because that's legitimately like the exact problem that I had. And at Leviathan, we thought we had that problem where, like, you know, we're not willing to get the Quins or whatever. We're like, no, we're not kicking Shredder. We're friends. We're the team of friends, right? And so when we got Francis, like, that was the attitude we took on. Was like, we need to be more like the other NA people. And so we kicked him after one tournament, even though like he was owning. He was like 7K at the time, when like that was extremely high. Like nobody was 7K. Yeah, it's a tough balance, man. Like the psychological and you know, team aspect of a team, I think people don't think about all that much, because you just see the matches, but there's so much going on like behind the scenes with the group of players.
I mean,
tough.
if you're one of the, like, again, if you're in a part of a big org and somebody else is making a lot of these decisions, then it's different. Which I think someday down the road, Dota should go down that, like, where somebody else is making the decision on roster. Because I really believe that if you're not in that inner circle, quote unquote, and like one of the players, you have a more level head on what works for the team and what doesn't, in terms of just personality, if nothing else. Obviously, take the input from the players in terms of the skill. But looks like we got a draft, gentlemen.
Woo! All right. Nice job, guys. It didn't get to bowel movements this fast. So we have a draft now.
Always
underway.
next time.
We have lots of day ahead of us.
10 seconds remaining.
There's plenty of time to get that covered. But here we go. Game number 1, draft. 5ManMidas versus EG. EG, a must-win for them if they still want to be in a strong contending point. Certainly for a playoff pass at the major. 5ManMidas, well, they're set to be relegated to the lower division, but let's see if they can play spoiler here. Look at this. EG right out of the gate with their very first ban is going to be on the Alk, the Cheese Alk.
That's fair. I think there's a mentality that EG probably has, is like the only way they could possibly lose this is, I think we talked about this in the previous day, is playing something that doesn't really resemble normal Dota. And Alchemist is... Oh, it's just such a stupid hero, man. You screw up twice, and this hero just beats you because he has 20,000 net worth on your carry. Then he gets a Swift Blink, he gets a Rapier, and he just completely destroys your base. It's
let me
not
ask
so
you
cool.
guys this. Do you guys have a problem with the concept of the hero?
Yes.
I like
it's
the concept
different.
quite a bit.
Yeah.
I think it's very cool.
I think
Now,
it's
it
okay
needs to
that
be
there's heroes who
balanced.
do that.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, we've had times where Alchemist will be just, you know... Again, I think he should be maybe targeted more towards the buying ag items for people. I think that's a cool idea.
10
You know,
seconds remaining.
it's just so much more different than, like, back in the day, you could
5
get a
seconds
divine
remaining.
rapier in Dota 1 and just drop it for your clinks. That's what you would literally do in Dota 1. You would get somebody that could farm, you get a divine rapier, and I'm trying to remember if you drop it yourself or you have to die. Either way, your clinks buys it, you just win the game. So obviously that's a broken concept, right? But that's kind of what he has in addition to his gold creation, which is broken in itself as well. So I would like to see him, you know, targeted more towards that.
Well, I know
future.
OG, that's been like OG's
5
big
seconds
thing, right,
remaining.
lately, and is Seb's off-lane Alchemist, and he does that. And I saw him one of the recent matches, maybe even against Secret. You know, they funnel in the Ags farm, they'll give it to like mid one's Monkey King at 12, 14 minutes or something, and they expect him to kind of just mow over the game and then
It's so
continue to
boring.
supply.
It's so
pretty
boring
wild.
to be Alk in the game. It's so boring. Like you're just watching your other guys have fun with your gold. It's like it's sad, but it's good. It's actually really good.
I made the mistake because I was watching Brax do this as well, where he just got Phase Boots, Soul Ring, and then just started farming Ags. I'm like, you don't really farm that fast, but it was actually decently fast. I ended up getting 3 Ags for my
10
team.
seconds remaining.
I ended the game with 3K net worth, and we lost horribly. So,
5 seconds remaining.
and one of the Ags was
Yeah.
clutched. That was the big mistake of the game, is getting clutched.
Oh no, yeah.
You
Picking
played on your
Pudge.
team. Yeah, you weren't
Mistake.
set. You weren't set for a good
Losing
destiny
battle.
already. Yeah. All right. Some picks coming out now. Of course, the first pick of EG is going to be the ever so dominant laning Enchantress. Mirana comes out as its own kind of maybe potential counter to summon support. Then a Puck and now a Void Spirit here as mid lanes and supports just come out from both sides.
Yeah, good combo from this Void Spirit Mirana with the arrow setup, Yules into Ether Remnant Arrow. That's That's fantastic. It's really interesting how this has changed in the past 2 months, that people are actually picking Void Spirit into Puck as a Puck counter. Because before, it was like Puck was this completely garbage hero that people were picking as a response to the Void Spirit because you can actually lock him down with the coil. But now it goes the other way around, where Puck is the bullshit hero and Void Spirit actually lets you set up on the Puck.
Do we know who's playing mid, by the way? Sorry, I just was curious because on the talk of Puck, but we know this is going to be an Abed Puck, and I'm looking at the other side like who's going to have to dare go against the Abed Puck, though. And it normally would be RRL, if I'm not mistaken. And I think the last time he stepped out, Monster filled in for the mid lane. So I'm not sure if that's the case or not, but that's tough. That's a tall order. For sure.
I'm not sure.
That, you could use that to your advantage, technically, because EG can't scout that as well.
I think Kits is like mostly a mid laner and carry player. I think he's mostly a mid though, from what I've seen. At least in my games, he plays mid.
Do you think that EG looked at one replay of 5ManMidas, by the way?
No. I will almost guarantee. Okay, maybe Bulba. We
can ask him. We can ask him after.
Like Bulba's like, you know what? I'm getting paid every month. I guess I should do something to prepare. Hey guys, they picked this hero once. This is the one game they won. So
okay, Bulba.
Be careful.
Thank you.
But I do like the opener from 5ManMidas because not only you have that Yule's arrow combo, but the arrow onto Enchantress Creeps is really good. Obviously, maybe not as consistent as the CMs and Witch Doctors of the world, which are both banned now, but still pretty solid. 2 for 1.
Puck and Enchantress just seem to me like two really like individually good heroes. There's not really like much of a combo between them. It's just that, you have lane dominance from Enchantress, you have team fighting from Puck, you have like early game magic damage, wave clear. Like it's just heroes that don't really, like tower push from Enchantress. Like they have a lot in these two heroes. Like they both do very different things. But there's not much of a combo.
When 5ManMidas have that second pick, they do Void Spirit, but their bans are, a little all over the place, kind of targeting the off lane, getting rid of a win condition Medusa, but, we expect there's plenty of other heavy late game win condition heroes for Arteezy to play. Now, he's already flexed throughout this tournament so far, so, I can feel like 5ManMidas don't have enough bans already to work with here.
Evil geniuses turn to pick.
Okay, Shu Undying. Classic hero for him. He's this is basically the main hero that he spammed to get I believe he entered into the top 100 for like a little while, but he's hovering around like the rank 100 to 150 range, and mostly it's from spamming this Undying. I remember laning against him right after the patch, and I was so pissed off just thinking that like, god damn it, you're so happy this Undying hero didn't get touched, you lucky piece of shit, Shu. But then I couldn't be too mad at him because his name is really great. So,
Yes, terrific. I love Shu and I love Mug. That's going to be a future teammate of his. Just inanimate objects are always good. Now, I find it interesting that Undying, like, if you guys remember the beginning of DPC, he was like first 2 picked every game, and we have barely seen him, like, from midway till now. What do you think the reason for that is?
I can tell you the exact reason, dude. He's dog shit against the offlane Death Prophet, offlane Nature's Prophet. Like the ranged offlaners that people are picking just completely dump on this hero. It's it's not so fun playing Undying against int right-clicking offlaners.
Which potentially EG still could pick up, or maybe a world where they put Ice on the Puck and get something else for Abed. Either way could be pretty nice against the Dirge there. In the meantime, though, they pick up the Earth Spirit, which is, a crit staple and something where if they're likely going to be going with the Puck, they need something in the mid game to move around to snowball to make fights and create space for whatever the Arteezy hero is going to be. And Earth Spirit suits that nicely. And you have the utility to silence and control the likes of your Void Spirit and your likes of your Mirana too. So can't really fault that at all.
I think similarly, like this silence, silence is like really good at this game against these heroes. So I think like if we're going with typical EG draft, they're going to pick Death Prophet right now. There's like a possibility of like a Venomancer if they want somebody who's a little tankier, because they do lack a little bit of beefy boy on EG, but we've seen Ice build beefy items on Death Prophet. So now silence is I mean, the more the merrier against this hero.
Well, the more silence you need, it just means that someone's not going to get silenced and might be able to make it out, right? You just cause more targets for the silences to have to deal with. Or EG could just double down the silence, like you said, and get
10
Death
seconds
Prophet.
remaining.
Well, Death Prophet also gives them extra push, which they have Enchantress, but not much after the fact.
She tanks towers, so Death Prophet to do damage to towers would be really nice actually.
What do you guys think of Brew now, though? His Ags is the double charge, right? 2 charges to his ult.
The Ags is broken. Like if you can get to it, it's really good. The problem is like 4,200 gold on Brewmaster. That's a tall order.
What do you think of the Void Panda?
Oh, it's garbage. It's garbage.
Garbage?
Oh yeah, it's terrible.
What if you're a God Micro?
Okay, speaking of God Micro.
So Enigma,
there he is.
We've been seeing this thing that I'm going to say that Brax invented, even though it's probably not true, but he's the one that I learned it from, where you deny a creep at the beginning and then you use your Eidolons to block the creeps continually, and then you get a second deny before it's in range of your opponent. So they literally miss out on 2 creeps at the beginning wave. That's pretty amazing for Enigma, to the point where I was actually thinking, you remember where they got rid of Lich's Sacrifice because it was too good?
Yeah.
Why didn't they touch Enigma? It's the same thing, basically. Like,
he's the last left, right? That can do that. Yeah. They can break down a creep like that and get the free deny. So it's good. I mean, that's also why we're seeing the more of the 5 position pop up. Just because you can insta-win a lane, take the range creeps away, just use Eidolons instead to either farm nuke camps or stack nuke camps. And you're doing your part already, just having a black hole and doing that in the laning phase.
I feel like that skill is going to get changed, actually.
Probably
People
should.
are picking position 5 Enigma. I don't think that's what Ice Frog wanted for this young.
Right. If you get 2 Sage's Masks and you have level 1 Eidolons, I mean even max level Eidolons, but 2 Sage's Masks, you literally get the mana back by the time your spell is up again. So you just can infinitely do it with no cost. And then if you have 2 Sage's Masks and level 1 Eidolons, like I imagine you just have extra mana for Malefice spam. And people are leaving it at level 1 now on 5 position Enigma. It's very annoying.
All right, they banned the gyro on the side of EG, Jug ban on 5ManMidas, and now we're looking at what is going to be the win condition, the Arteezy, farm it all, take it all home. If the other 4 can't get it done, what is Sir Artur going to be playing today?
Well, there's Ursa. There is, I guess the Medusa is taken out now.
Ursa sounds very sad for Brewmaster, actually. Imagine being like a Brewmaster against Enchantress Ursa. That sounds very difficult to lane against. Wraith King.
Like Brew just never
around.
has good lanes, though, you know?
Yeah, that's
the
true.
issue with the hero.
Yeah, Wraith King is still around. Drow, if they want to go more high tempo, but Arteezy's been doing more farming than more high tempo action, it seems.
Do you know if I know status resist doesn't work on Yules, but does it work on the lift up from Panda ult? Because if it does, then Ursa becomes a better pick theoretically.
That's a good question. I'm actually not sure about that. I think it probably does work because Yules got changed because when status resist was added, people were complaining about how hard Yules combos are to hit with status resistance. So I think they specifically programmed that, and so it probably wouldn't work with the Panda
5
thing.
seconds remaining.
Okay.
So now they're looking for a carry of their own. Who's good against Ursa? Troll, but he's banned. Ricky, I always bring him up. Great hero.
Yeah, these guys pick a lot. They pick a lot of Ricky, but it's a rough hero. Like you want something that's good against the Enigma and lane. So
Ricky against Puck in general, pretty miserable as well. So
yeah, that's the counter for sure.
Ember Spirit.
Huh.
Okay, so no true hard carry.
Well, I actually like this. I mean, this is chaos, right? Like they're just gonna go fight. They're just gonna go run around and like engage in combat. So this is not bad.
We got our 10 picks, so take it in for what it is, gentlemen, and spit me back your predictions, Suns fan. We'll start with you.
I mean, I would love to see 5ManMidas get a win here, but I got to stay true to my amazing percentage of getting these correct over Jenkins, so I'm going to have to pick EG here, and he's going to copy me, of course.
You have to ask me first one of these times, please, Dakota.
Okay, I'll think about it.
I'm gonna go EG. I actually think if it's just draft versus draft, the 5-man Midas lineup is basically banking entirely on killing EG, And I think even if this wasn't this matchup between these two teams, that would be difficult. So I'm going to go EG.
All right, our panel sliding for EG, the easy pick on that one. We'll go to a break. When we come back, though, we have Lyrical and Gods to tell us why 5ManMidas might be able to get it done.
Hello and welcome back, all you fine folks out there. Game number 1 here, Evil Geniuses versus 5ManMidas. We're hopping right into it. Parker, we've seen the drafts. We've seen the Ursa come out with the last pick. Kind of an interesting decision for Evil Geniuses. The Ember is the other pickup for the side of 5ManMidas. Oh my God, we might actually have some action right at the start. How you doing?
Doing good. Ready for some action? Love watching these, these underdog teams going for these big 5-man smoke plays.
This is what we've seen more than a few times. Abed, though, gets the orb away, and it looks like 5ManMidas are going to be able to take over this high ground. Immediately, CRTZ head down bottom. He's going to go try and secure those other runes.
Yeah, I think EG should know they can get both runes down bottom at least. But I like this Ursa pick. I'm surprised it wasn't banned against the Brewmaster. I feel like it's just a hero that's going to cause a lot of problems. Even with the dodge chance you get from Drunken Brawl, I just don't think it does enough in lane, and I think he's just gonna have a very free lane with, Enchantress, one of the best lane securing supports in the game, supporting him.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be potentially devastating. The extent to which they can bully this guy back if things go their way. And starting off 3 bounty runes, definitely the way that you want to start it. The panel talked about this ad nauseum, I think, but the expectation of Evil Geniuses just to do well in this, I think it's off the charts to such an extent that Icy in the interview said easy 2-0, and then the Evil Geniuses Twitter put out a thing that basically said 2-0 as well. So, everybody's kind of on the same stage where this game is likely going to go, but, there's always a chance for an upset.
Yeah. I mean, I'm always down for teams to, call their shot before they make it, but, as far as EG goes, this is a layup, At least on paper, it's a layup, 9 times out of 10, you're winning this game 2-0 if you're EG, but you can't take too much away from 5ManMidas. They've shown potential at times. They've taken games off teams. But unfortunately have just never been able to string together a series of good consecutive games.
You can see there with that stat, picking a couple of the heroes here that have had some of the worst statistical outcomes so far of the NA DPC, or it might have just been DPC overall. So, they've got their own particular style. We'll see if that ends up working here. I think what that really is Knoxville's trying to put in an application for a coaching job next season probably, but that's fine. Let them get away with it.
Yeah, the pay over here to do stats work's not good enough, so he's looking for other options. By the way, Ice Enigma, 4 Sage's Mask. Holy cow. Jenkins was talking about the double Sage's Mask. This guy's going quad Sage's Mask. This is insane. I don't think I've ever seen this build. Might be missing some Ice streams because this is wild.
Oh my God. All right, I don't know what to think about that. I mean, 0.7 mana regen. He's got, 3.9 now? Just sort of consistently, and then a clarity to boot? Is that even that good? I'm not really sure.
I think it's fine. All you need on this hero is mana regen. You're playing back with your Eidolons to 9 creeps. You're not... I mean, he's got the pull tango. Sure, I mean, in my head, it's like a sure, why not kind of thing. The Sage's Mask builds into Necrobook, which is generally why you don't mind getting so many.
You can get 2 of them now. That's great.
But I'm not sure what the 3rd and 4th Sage's Mask are going to build into. Maybe he's, throwing in a Bastion and an Urn. Maybe a Medallion, Falcon Blade. He's going wild.
Like I said, double Necro Book. That's the answer.
Double Necro Book. Ooh.
Yeah. Man likes the stats.
If only. Yeah.
Well, we'll see how that one goes out so far. You can see in the mid lane, Kits, again, the stand-in, playing for 5ManMidas, not actually doing that poorly against Abed. Abed's obviously ahead, but it's not the end of the world. And has a creep wave coming into him as well. So that looks like it should be okay there. The big problem is, as you identified, going to be this Brewmaster down in the bottom lane. He has a creep wave coming into him too, but with Ench and Ursa, it's scary.
Yeah, it feels like EG have done really well to set their side lanes for success. The Ursa is going to have a good lane, and then top lane, they're denying a lot of creeps. They're getting this side pull off, so they're making Ember's life very difficult up here. Ice and Crit have just been like the premier offlane duo, and causing a lot of problems. Undying, you don't like playing against this Enigma because it's just this in-hero who sits back. You're okay against Earthspirit, but even there, I feel like he just rolls away from you if he ever is in a tough spot.
Yeah, definitely. And so often, too, when you're dealing with the Eidolons, the other part of this dynamic duo, you want a hero that can either like stun them or clear them or something.
Mid lane.
Going for it. What can they do? Kits down low.
Back in. Okay, that's fine.
He's going to live.
Yeah, he knew. Yeah, okay. Well played.
And he's
4-minute runes coming up now. Kits is going top. Mirana's here to secure the bottom. This is really good. They could guarantee that Abed doesn't get a rune here or potentially even dies.
Oh, but Crit making the move, and Kit's able to get their arrow to draw first blood. All right, 5ManMidas making a play for a double kill here. Is Crit also in trouble? He's going to get ran down for the kill.
Nicely done. That play mid where Kits dissimulated forward and then got the Resident Pulse damage block. Like, that was such a good play because he pushed his hero to the limit, then salved up right before the rune spawned. It's almost like he intentionally traded right clicks with Abed in like kind of a bad trade, if not for the fact runes were coming up, because once he had the salve, he had more health. He had the advantage going for those runes.
Very nicely played, definitely. And I mean, you had two heroes that rotated as well. That has sort of set up for a little bit of a comeback on Evil Geniuses, where now you're seeing all of the lanes actually being won. So even though you get those 2 kills, even though you get the rune, Evil Genius is still coming out a bit ahead just because of the static nature of these lanes and the lead that they kind of have naturally there. So that's a little bit frustrating, I'm sure, for 5ManMidas.
Yeah, I think that's where EG, have set themselves up for success, where, they give openings for their opponents to make some really cool plays like that, but they are just so solid in the lanes.
Right.
And yeah, top 3 farmers all on their team, even with those 2 kills going the way of 5ManMidas. So I'd love to see, kids play this hyperactive Void Spirit. Oh, right, he's steeping bottom already. And there we go. He's getting hyperactive.
This is what they need. Can they make it happen? Trying to get that burst down. Arteezy in trouble, and Arteezy dead. Akester the one that picks up that kill. Man, 5.5 minutes. Yeah, really early rotation on this Void Spirit.
Yep.
Love to see it.
The second he hit level 6, Ursa's just level 4, so there's no enrage or anything. Really good move, but does allow some pressure to come towards the mid lane. There's a double creep wave with a siege creep, but he's back here to defend it. The arrow snipes the siege wagon. So the fact you have a Mirana means you don't actually lose your tower, but he may lose his life.
Yeah, this is a really big rotation. They're going to find that kill. Good kick to break the coil. And with the Ench creep there, I mean, it's not going to be as much damage as the catapult. That Mirana definitely saves a lot of that damage that you would otherwise see.
Not sure what happened top, but Ice died to some aggression as well. Undying almost died in return, but it was 5ManMidas who won the trade up there as well. And they're going to deny shoot at some neutrals. But the problem is here now, they're mid-tier on tower taking quite a bit of damage, but without the siege wagon, that arrow kept the siege wagon alive.
Took it down, you mean? Killed it away.
Yeah, sorry, kept the tower, yeah. Killed the siege wagon, kept the tower alive. Look, it's hard. First game of the day, it's much like the teams. I'm not on my A game here yet, Gabe.
I just thought you were on some next level thing, and I was like, how do I understand this?
No,
so
I'm
deep.
just...
But yeah, it's kept alive. Still, like you mentioned, a lot of damage. And the bigger thing is multiple waves killed into that tower as Kits was out of the lane. So he's a full level behind Abed, who's making a big rotation. They're making the full move, kills off Lies with that black hole. Abed probably didn't need to rotate for that, actually, but just ensuring that they get the kill no matter what.
Yeah, Ember wasn't even quite level 6 yet, but making sure they get the kill, and maybe they're looking to pressure this top tower. Enigma, very good hero to push lanes with, has the Necro 1, so very much it's kind of time to start taking some towers and objectives if you're EG. Get some more map control. You want to be able to farm this enemy jungle if possible.
Absolutely. And
Why
they
is
are
this gonna
bringing
TP in. I don't know about this.
4 heroes all the way up here. Abed finds
Coil.
Shu, gonna get the tombstone down. Again, this is only level 2 tombstone. Coil drop now onto the Ember. Does manage to find the root onto both as he tries to walk away. Not able to get out of there in time. Although, look at this. Ixter comes in for the snipe onto crit. Again, it's you find these little moments, but the grand story being written is Evil Genius is taking that top tower at 8 minutes.
Yeah, and Ember like kind of die backing, like he didn't buy back, but he just respawned, TP'd in, insta died. He won't have teleport when he comes back alive this time, so it felt like EG are just making the better tactical plays, even if there's some nice individual moves from 5ManMidas to snipe some kills. I mean, they're up 5 kills to 3, but they've just lost a tower. They're down 2k plus gold. All 3 EG cores are kind of free farming, and their cores are having a rough game other than the Voidster.
Right. Yeah, these are the games. Well, and again, like maybe if you can make that up over the next couple of minutes with either A, taking it out yourself as we see some of that pressure be put in towards bottom, or B, you find a couple other kills around your first item timings. That could be a way to sort of make up for that difference. Then suddenly you have 4 heroes that are, relatively farmed, since Mirana's having a pretty good game.
I think they'll definitely want to try teamfight soon. They've got the Brewmaster ultimate, and they don't pressure towers with their cores. That's why I think I'm not a big fan of this safe lane Ember, because they just have no good scaling and no objective taker. So they need a team fight. They need to go for kills.
Shu drops the tombstone yet again. Crit decides not to commit all the way, dropping no stones there. But you can see the remnant out. Crit found silence onto 3. Abed moving in afterwards. He's got Coil onto this one. They're going in on this. This is a ton of damage from Abed, but is there enough follow-up? It doesn't look like it. This was such a great setup for a fight, and now Abed goes into cleanup 1.
He's got a sentry.
Maybe taking the move onto Aikster, although Aikster able to back away again. So they find a kill on Undying, but I don't know. If they can kill Abed here, this is well worth it for 5ManMidas. Tries to orb away. It's not going to go for
Waiting
that
Rift
jump.
TP potentially?
Yeah, it's a tough one, but making the move, and he's out of there. Just took him on a chase. Damn, Abed, what a player.
He's so good. He even made them think that he was going to Waning Rift to the cliff. That's why the Void Spirit put the Remnant for the pull up there, and he gets out. What a great snipe. He just played around his cooldown so well. Like, he got them all in the coil, and he didn't like try and trade right clicks. He waited for his orb to come back up before he re-engaged. It was just very well played. Abed on par. Honestly, he's one of the most fun players to watch when he's on this hero.
Interesting.
I think the thing that's so crazy about that too is that, the other heroes didn't show up. That was like, it feels to me like a call from Evil Geniuses. Get what you can as far as like getting them to chase you and making them delayed and screwing with them as much as you can, and then just get out. And the whole rest of the time Arteezy's farming, like that's a really cool play there to like sort of take a measured gain and not go for it all, I guess.
Yeah. And it feels like even if he dies there, or even if EG are trading more equally, which right now they're making good trades, they're always going to have that Arteezy Ursa farming towards his Battle Fury. And 5ManMidas just don't have that late game carry threat that they're building up to. Ember's having a rough time, and even if he was having a better time, it's not like this. He's just not. This seems like kind of this Battle Fury carry patch. You need this carry that's going to really scale and just progress throughout the game and be a late game threat, and we don't have that on the 5ManMidas side.
Void Spirit Battle Fury soon. We'll get there. It's just gonna take some extra time.
Ember Battle Fury. That was the good old days when the hero first came out.
Good one. Yeah, it's a good point. I do miss that. There's a part of that build that was just like, it was so iconic and it made such great games.
The Battle Fury Rapiers.
Yeah, totally.
Oh, those are some good times. I agree.
Never going back to it, but that's okay. 4,000 gold lead now for Evil Geniuses at 10 minutes. What we've come to expect from them. 5ManMidas at times looking okay, but the story is, again, when can they make something happen? And particularly like Monster with the Primal Split. I don't think we've seen one yet this game.
Yep. Fly's going to get found in the jungle, but he was kind of just on smoke tanking duty. Walks back into the arrow, unfortunately. I don't think he could see it coming, and they will pick up Fly.
Yeah.
But not the kill you're hoping for if you're 5ManMidas. You're looking for bigger fish when you make that move to the enemy jungle.
Absolutely. Abed, meanwhile, farming out this jungle here as Monster sees him on this ward. There are multiple heroes nearby with Aegster and Blitz as well. I guess that we could see some plays also off of that Yule Scepter when the Void Spirit gets to it eventually. That could be another really dirty combo we've seen with the Mirana.
Yeah, that's when the Void Spirit can start really countering the puck. Right now, it's kind of the puck keeps the Void Spirit in place, but again, we'll see Fly down bottom getting dove. Yep. Deja Vu.
And it looks like they're probably going to give this one up at this point with the catapult on them. 12 minutes, tier 1 tower going to drop. Counterplay, as we can see up top, is Monster not able to get the deny on that tower.
Even kicks him away for some swag points. Well, that's a tier 2 at 12 minutes into the game. That's pretty damn fast.
Yeah.
It's one of those games, like, I feel like if this is why, like, you know, in the old days you didn't see this net worth different, but this is why it exists on this screen for observers, because like the kill score is just so misleading right now. EG are dominating right now.
Yeah, they're completely owning this game. I mean, Sisai's just got Necro 3 at 12 minutes. That's insane. I mean, you know, just like the amount of pressure they've been able to put on this map. It's pretty devastating. And smoke up coming right now from 5ManMidas. They have a hood on the brew. They're gonna run again into Fly. It's just been that sacrificial lamb. I don't think he cares that much. I think he's perfectly fine with this.
Wow, they're gonna
oh my god, they're popping a split. Oh man,
they may need
hurts.
it. I don't know if they were getting the kill without it. That's the kind of unfortunate thing. They didn't have the magic damage. That's kind of disastrous, I feel like, in some ways for 5ManMidas. You know, this is like the most disastrous 9-4 kill lead I've ever seen. I don't know what's like a brew ultimate there is it's just a fight position, and there's no there's an objective mid that they're going for, but I think EG are going to come defend this one. They're positioned nearby. Abed's cutting creep waves. There's no siege wagon. The Ench creep is there to pull creeps off the tower as well. EG just doing all the right things to kind of delay and kite 5ManMidas around the map, and also de-ward everything with the Necro 3.
Well, and you're seeing they're not even having to necessarily show up to fight because they just cut the wave with Abed, like you're talking about. It's really, really good. And now going into Roche instead, so they're nearby so they can defend that tier 1 when 5ManMidas come back in. I mean, are they even gonna come in? I don't even know if they know that this is going on.
Yeah, I don't think they realize yet. They will throw an arrow now, but it's too late.
Wow. Rough stuff.
Yeah. This is the brutality of EG Dota at times. They just know how to play the map. They know how to play this much more efficient game. And they're going to come online soon. You know, this kill lead is going to quickly disappear once Arteezy gets a Blink Dagger. Puck has a Witchblade now, and Puck is on the hunt.
Yeah, going in for it right now. Quick silence afterwards, and going to... Oh, she gets away.
Abed got greedy. He could have orbed during the coil, but he thought he had the kill with right-click damage, so he just missed the kill. Rare misplay from Abed. But he's human. Black hole from Ice.
Down to 3. Over on the other side, they're taking another fight and catching on to multiples. Tombstone up on the high ground, trying to hold their ground for the moment. And it looks like Evil Geniuses are not going to opt to fight into that Tombstone right away. So, yeah. I mean, they lose Ember on one side, and then, you know, they at least get the bounty rune. Yeah, it doesn't look like they did.
Yeah, Ice just one man Black Hole and Ember Spirit with Necro 3 Eidolons right-clicking. He melted pretty fast.
You can see 5ManMidas here. They want the backline. They don't want to go onto Arteezy, but they're going to be finding the Bear Man. Hasn't even popped in rage yet. At his age is down. Fly. I mean, this actually, if it could work, would be pretty nice, but Abed is there. Doesn't have coil. They've already popped Roost Split. Lift up now onto the Bear. Trying to take down this Void Spirit. He's going to fall. Rest of them running around. The roll coming from Crit. Reapplying everything. No Black Hole again. Arteezy is back down on Earth as Shu is going to fall. 3 dead for Fly. The sole casualty so far for for Evil Geniuses. And it looks like Monster might also go down here as the chase continues. The roll is in. Arrow gonna be dodged. Nice and they'll find the final touch onto the Panda.
He didn't even have a ward. That was just a really good dodge from Arteezy on that arrow.
Yeah.
And that's that. They just played around the Aegis really well there. Arteezy happy to bait. He doesn't even get a single spell off during his first life, but he forces out a couple of spells. I think 5ManMidas know they can't kill him a second time, so they try to take the fight with him cycloned up. It was the best time for 5ManMidas to get a fight. No black hole, no puck coil, and they got a free Aegis kill in some ways, but they're just still too far behind in terms of overall gold.
We got a quick stat on the side from Knoxville again, which is 27 Enigmas purchased Necro 3. This is the fastest, and they're making good use of it as another coil dropped down with the DD to kill that Ember. It happens so quickly. Yeah, and I mean, 5ManMidas are just not safe anywhere. Not safe anywhere.
Abed's just wrecking him with this DD. And the Witch's Blade just doing so much right click.
Oh.
Yeah,
It's easy. Down again. Thinking about chasing in. Arteezy's just going to walk away for the moment. Doesn't have that Aegis. No more Enrage either. So things could get a little bit testy, but turns on to Shu. Blows him up. Arrow connects though. Okay, maybe a chance to kill off the bear, and they will get it. Monster finds the finish. Nice little chunk of gold for him indeed, and looking for more now. Ember's trying to chase down Crit here. We'll be able to get that root onto him. Akester's there afterwards. Arrow off cooldown in just a second. As Monster dies to Abed, though, the ultimate person there to clean up duty, and he's moving over this way as well. Crit's gonna get that magnetized. Abed jumps in, gets a double kill. Now looking for more with this Witch's Blade and everything else. It might be enough to find the kill into Lies. Has another orb in a second with that Blink Dagger back up. He's hunting. And eyes on him, knew where he was going, and they find him. Triple kill for Abed. It's never in doubt.
Yeah. And Ice is trying to hunt down the Void Spirit. Don't think he's going to be able to catch up, so.
Dude, Abed's here again.
Oh, he's got coil as well. Blink coil?
Abed's here again. Abed's not done. Run away. It's not safe.
Yeah, Kits had to use that Astral Step there at the end. Otherwise, he was just about to get coiled, so. He understood what was about to happen to him, but, you know, the dominance from EG continues. They are now getting the kill trades that, you know, you'd expect, considering how far ahead they are. It's a 12k gold lead. You know, they lose Arteezy, but they have to throw so much to kill Arteezy that Puck's able to just clean up. There's kind of like two major threats in these fights. The Puck with the Witch's Blade doing so much damage, and Arteezy with his Blink Battle Fury now.
I'm just convinced that Arteezy wanted the meme score, the KDA from him. That's my thought, at least.
Yep. I buy it.
That's all that they needed. But, well, they get the deny on the tower. That's something. Diane finds that one, and now the move down there to find the finish on poor old Monster here. They do a black hole if they want to use it, or they can just try and beat him to death. Nope, they're going to drop the black hole. That's a dead Monster. And now looking to find more. See if 5ManMidas can get a kill off of this. They're taking down Ice. Mech comes out, not enough to keep him alive. Kits gets the interrupt there on the rollaway from Crit. Well played. And they take him down as well.
Abed's coming back in.
On top of him. Abed moving into all these folks. Triple coil. How much does he have in the tank here? Silence is there afterwards. Does have another extra damage as the orb is out. Right click's coming through. The Witch's Blade as well. Fly is also here. Abed thinking about a chase down. Has another blink up in a second. And goes instead for the finish onto Shu. Now orbing forward for Kids. He's never done. He always has a bit more in the tank. But his team calls him back for the moment.
It just feels like Abed, when he's playing Puck, all his spells have like half the cooldown of other Puck players I watch. Like, I feel like he's just using more illusionary orbs, more waning rest. I'm like, does he have an arcane rune or something? No, he's just, I don't know. He's just always casting his spells the second they're off cooldown to do damage.
Yeah, absolutely. And he knows his limits so well. Fly's just baiting. That's the ultimate bait play right there. As Yule Scepter lift up Ice in the area, has the silence. The Purge is available as well. Good Yule Scepter, actually keeping him alive for the moment. As they find the Remnant onto Crit, pulling him in, taking him down. Abed goes back in, finds another kill onto Aegster this time. Now blinking back, trying to find an opening here onto Lies. Silence is back up as well as he wants to find that kill. As Ember in trouble, Ember dead. Now jaunting up to the high ground, finds the coil. He's got them all on his string, pulling him this way and that way. Give this man a break as he chases down Kits, tries to assimilate away, and looking for a chase. A couple more punches, because why not?
Have mercy.
There's the orbit. What the hell are you
Enough.
doing? This is not even Dota anymore. This is just Abed's world that he's playing around in. Look at this guy.
He's a monster.
Unreal. What in the hell? They finally arrow him. It's not enough. He's still fine. I think he might just kill Monster.
He's trying to get a kill on the way out. Oh, he didn't know about. Oh, Abed is dead.
Rare miss. Rare flub.
Yeah,
A blink dagger away.
Oh my.
And he's out.
No
God,
way.
don't let him do it. Don't let him do it. Oh, he's trying to escape. He might actually escape. He's got one charge again. He's fine.
He dodged the searing chains damage because he had phase. Oh.
Dire's bottom tower is under
What are we watching?
Oh my god, that was just poetry in motion there.
Dude, there are times when Dota transcends, and I felt like that was one of them. This guy is
unreal.
an absolute G.
You know, I hope we get 2 puck games here. You know, it doesn't matter if we get 2-0 stomp. If we get to watch Abed play puck, you know, we're going to be entertained.
True enough. Oh, man. Well, 22 minutes in now, and I don't know. It feels like the big question now is, when do you go in for the next Roche? It's going to respawn 2 minutes.
Yeah.
We got a little bit of extra time here.
Yeah, I think for EG, it's immediate Roche, then just go 5 push high ground. They've got a lot stronger now. Like Ursa with Blink Battle Fury could fight, but was very vulnerable, especially against double Yule Scepters. Yule's is like one of the best items to get against Ursa. Whenever he enrages, you can just throw him up in the air. So having the BKB now, he's just way scarier.
Yeah.
And they've got some team items. The Greaves on Ice 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 didn't go for any kind of BKB blink, just looking to help his team out with some more items.
TZ running it down a lane. No cares. He's just ran right past that Void Spirit. Ran past the Undying. And I mean, there's 5 heroes over here. He doesn't have anywhere else to go. And yeah, he's going to go kill him. Quick blow up there. But not feed. Don't worry, everybody.
And Monster couldn't get away with the help of an arrow on a Necrobook. Ice 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 doesn't have real backup, so EG just playing all 3 lanes, playing a very greedy style. Arteezy's just behind the bottom tier 2 tower. I think he's going for some creeps, or he's just, honestly, I think EG's probably just having a good laugh right now, and Arteezy's like, you know, I'm going to go bait or something, watch them kill me, and then you guys, you know, Arteezy keeps dying so this puck can go like godlike. So I think he's just kind of continuing to do that.
Hey, buddy, what's happening? How's it going?
Yeah.
I don't know.
He's
the
got
arrow connects. He's enraged. Yeah, he has no backup here.
Yeah, the backup's on the way, but it's a little far.
BKB comes out. All right, just going to TP away.
Yeah,
That was... I don't know what that was.
I don't think there was a game plan there, I'm going to be honest.
Interesting, indeed. It's like, what is my carry doing? Oh, that's great. Well, he's back to jungle again, so no worries. He can go find some more kills here as he takes down that Ember. And now, buyback comes from the Ember and trying to pull up the Void Spirit. Super duper dead. Ice 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 still hanging on to that black hole. Has it ready at a moment's notice. Even Fly is dominating at this point. As Abed going into the base, because why not? He's got Deso, he's got Witch's Blade. He is a force to be reckoned with. And will take down a couple more heroes on their siege of high ground. Again, Arteezy on the other side of the map just going for ages as the interesting calls come out.
I think Arteezy's just done with his team this game. That's what he was showing bottom. He's like, I'm just done with you guys. I'm playing one versus 4 versus 5, you know?
Yeah.
I bet he'll come in and take the cheese, but yeah. Oh, this is definitely a fun one for EG, I'm sure.
Yeah. Tough for 5ManMidas again. Like, this is a team that's been through the ringer, and, you know, the last match is one of the hardest ones they've had to go up against. As Arteezy jumps up high ground, tries to find Monster, but he just runs away. Obviously, no Basher yet. Oh, it does have Basher. Never mind. Just got it done.
EG will take the tower uncontested, and we'll see if 5ManMidas can put together a defense here.
He found the Bash. Arrow. Enrage. Hits does have the Aghanim Scepter, so silence is available. Gets it on to 4, not bad. Round 2 here as well. Pulls back Arteezy now. This could be a first kill through that Aegis. But the lift up happens instead. Ice on the back line. No blink, but does have Black Hole available. As Monster trying to tear through the rest of these folks. They've already lost that Undying, but will be responding relatively soon. As Monster goes back in. Second round, they burn through that Aegis. Okay, they're kind of isolating the rest of them away. This Aghanim Scepter on Brew putting in some pretty decent work here. The chains and the jump away will happen. The lift up onto Enigma inside the base under the tier 4 towers. Arteezy pops his BKB, runs in, and now is going to TP back to the tier 2. He's out of there. Okay. The rest of his team's just looking at him like, where we go now?
He's like, my Aegis, my BKB's done. Dude, you know where I know where Abed's going. He's going right back in looking for more kills.
Yeah.
That was the Axe Panda reveal. You know, this Axe Panda, it's like kind of this cute idea. You have this double primal split, theoretically. You got back-to-back ultis off, but there's just no damage, and they're just too far behind for it to really matter. I like the concept of Brewmaster coming back into the meta. I just feel like the hero still has a few weaknesses, particularly in that early to mid-game laning stage.
Which we've seen taken full advantage here by EG.
Yeah.
Roll. Not quite going to connect there. A silence again onto several. Looks like 5ManMidas are going to try and hold down the fort again. Arteezy's back with the rest of them, has a cheese this time. BKB back up in 15. And they're going to go for the second lane of Raxes. He just walks up to high ground yet again. No brew split for 40. Enrage comes out. Taunt pulls him in. Tombstone down. Roll on to the brew. Lift up afterwards by the Eul Scepter. Tries to run away, doing some good damage. They jump in with Mirana, but the Black Hole comes out onto 3. Ice. Waited for his moment, and he had the Blink Dagger this time, as the chase is going to continue looking for lies. Buyback from that Undying. And with that, looks like Evil Genius is going to go back to the barracks to try and clear those ones out. Or go in deeper.
Ember's keeping Remnants in the fountain because he knows, like, he's going to just have to Remnant the hell out of these fights so quickly.
It's really hard to make something happen at this point. Abed, his only thing holding him down is vision at this point. Body blocking heroes as they try and get back to the fountain shoe, doing the good old Shadow Amulet play.
He's channeling his inner Chappie. If anything, he's just trying to die a bit less because he knows this game is probably wrapped up.
Yeah, and EG not looking to go for the final tier 3 tower, as there's still 2 surviving, so they're going to go for the throne, try and close this one out here. 28 minutes, but it felt like it was in the bag for a while. Monster gets one more ulti out here, most likely, as the Eul Scepter is going to go for the lift up, or rather the Brew split. And Ice, no Black Hole, trying to back away. They're just going to clean this one out here. As Void Spirit lifted, chased down, right-clicked, coiled, everything used in a Force Staff, because why not? Going to eventually die. Shoe goes down as well. I think he's out of there. No,
Shadow
he's
Amulet. Abed made
call. Damn. Well, that was solid.
Yeah, that's some EG Dota here. You know, one of the tier 1 teams in the NA Dota region alongside Quincy Crew and Undying. And just, you know, they showed up. They got the job done. It was very business-like, if anything. Like, they weren't worried at all when they were going down by a bunch of kills early on. I think you could see they knew they were absolutely dominating the map and things were going perfectly according to plan.
Yeah, and I mean the few kills that we really saw from 5ManMidas were onto like crit or fly, which are sort of losses that you take in the course of a game. But Abed's standout performance for sure, 18-1-9. Ice, I think in the laning stage also did a lot that looked that sort of probably went unnoticed there. Just being an Enigma and denying stuff, I guess.
Oh, absolutely agreed. I wonder if the 4 Sages Mass is going to be the new Enigma build moving forward. Maybe for the core one, because I think the 5 position you go double, but you know, why not? All the mana regen in the world, and Ice, yeah, everyone on EG just played solid.
Totally. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for game number 1. Game number 2 right around the corner, but first we're going to go to a quick break. When we get back, the panel's going to break down all the action. See y'all then.